Hi everyone, I'm Rockdoor44, and this is Agony and Ecstasy. This is my Minecraft single player world, and it's coming to an end. That's right, all of this around here, although it's not done, I am going to leave. I'm going to leave it all behind. Why? Because 1.17 came out. Yeah. So I'm going to go up to the next version, mostly because the height world, or the world height, has changed, and there's a bunch of new blocks, and yeah, basically it's for all the world things, because I would be happy to play in this older version, even though, a new version came out, forever. This version, there's nothing wrong with it. It's got some amazing things in it, but it's time to grow up, to roll with the punches. So I'm just going to revisit my world and check things out. The first place is this little starter shack. I have all these blocks up here, which this was going to be my main workspace, where I stand here and I can access everything. And downstairs, these were just supposed to be temporary chests, and I was supposed to decorate this and maybe expand it or change it. But we never really got into using this because that was sufficient. We didn't get really far in the world, so it's not like, we lost anything. But I have some things set up, obviously not in everything. This room changed a little bit since I first made it, but it's pretty much the same. There's all my potion brewing stuff. Got a decent amount of things. And I really like this little step cauldron kind of area. Yeah, I think that's a lot better than just having a regular cauldron or a regular old 4-block water source. So, what is that? Oh, I thought that was a skeleton. So out here, we have my backyard, which I didn't know what I was going to do out here. I sort of figured this was going to eventually get all filled in, and this would be an indoor space, but it just never came to be. It was always just like a little outdoor patio deck area. And I have my one staircase down here if I want to go out to sea. Or if I was up here, there are a couple of pathways down. There's this pathway out, and then there's another couple pathways down here. One on either side of this little lagoon. And we go over here to the boathouse. This was like the first build, I think, that I really enjoyed making. Like, it was my first proper decorated build, because it has these crane things, for the boats. You'd lift the boat out of the water and take it over here and store it, or put it up here on these sawhorses to repair. And then, of course, my fantastic fishing spot. Yeah, this place, I got a lot of early game loot up in here. I mean, look at all this stuff. This is just like the placeholders. I mean, this chest was overflowing, and this thing was almost full of enchanted books and tools. And yeah, there was just a ton of stuff up here. And it was just like a nice little kind of quickly decorated thing. Nothing too fancy. I just wanted to try to make the world look a little bit nicer than I usually play in. I usually play in a very kind of function only. I don't really too much care about the details. But this time I wanted to try something a little bit different. So over here, this is all natural. I filled in a hole, but all this land generation is natural. There was a hole here. I just made it a little bit bigger so it's easier to walk through. And this area I thought would be sort of like a big town. Like this would be the main road, or coming in off of that bridge over there. This would be like the main road, and I'd have big buildings on either side. And really, if I had more time in this world, in this version, then I would. But not yet. I had visions of like a big like lighthouse, or some kind of giant thing, like a big building with a big jaggedy crystal on top. I don't know, just something different. This was the location of our first sugarcane farm. It used one water source block, and we just had the water trickle all the way down here. We planted sugarcane on either side and let it grow up. And that thing gave us a ton of sugarcane and sugar, just in the early game. And then I needed the space for trees, so I planted a bunch of trees. I sort of had an idea of filling the whole area up with trees and just making this one huge like landscaping company, but turns out this was more than enough. I mean, for my humble needs. Now, I wanted to connect everything together by at least a 2 wide path. That's like at least 3 or 4 tall. That way, we could all ride horses around to get from one place to another. Oh, I forgot about this little birch tree tunnel. But, it never quite happened. I mean, I ride Uno back and forth through here. Most of the time I just run across that little bit because I'm working at the spawn shack, and I just need to do some work over there. And I rarely need to get from there to over here. So I didn't really use it, but you see, I sort of like laid out a plan for a path. Started to beautify the area. This is more so when you're coming from this direction, it looks nice. The scenery wraps around the corner just a little bit. And this is our mega smelter, La Fornace. Yeah, we've got a ton of furnaces in here. I don't know how much a Minecraft furnace weighs, but yeah, there's a ton. I think there's 32 on this side and 32 on the other side. I'm not going to sit here and count them all, but it looks like there's about that many. And you come in here and you throw the items to be smelted in there, and then you pick up all the items here that were smelted. So this is the purple bit, the big center building. And then this red side has another large smelter in it, which I was going to break up into 2, kind of half size, half of this. So in case I wanted to do 1 or 2, I could have that option. And over here is the yellow building, or my small smelter. It's really simple. Minecart goes along there, deposits items in the furnace, and then this loads up the furnace with the coal, the fuel, and you manually take things out. Now this one, you got the items up here to smelt. You have this is for the fuel, and then this is the hopper minecart that would run underneath all the furnaces and collect all the items. So this was kind of semi-automatic-ish. I had a bed up here, and I started keeping all the materials for the build like in a supply chest, just in case, a creeper would come along and blow things up, right? That happens. And this was just sort of like random pieces that probably should go in there. But I was going to have this as 2 smelt items. Like anything like remainders that I had that I just didn't want to smelt the rest of, I would just chuck in here. And then at a future date, I'd come back and smelt all the random stuff. Now, this was supposed to look like an apartment building, and I don't know, it sort of has that flavor. It's not exact, right? I mean, you know, we're just trying out different shapes. I didn't get along to really finishing it because there's a big hole in the roof, and there's no roof over there. But it works, and that was the most important thing, is to get some kind of functioning building. And it really is cool to sit here and like watch the hopper mine carts bounce back and forth, dropping off all their items, picking them all up. That's why I made such big windows, so you know you could see what's going on in there. And it even has kind of a nice back door. Look at that, stairs and everything. Well, I guess not this right here. So this was my my attempt at a big kind of redstone thing, and it did take a while because, you know, I'm only playing this by myself, no help. So I had to mine all the blocks and you know, get all the clay and you know, do all the stuff, yeah, and design it, because it didn't really come out exactly the way I wanted it the first time. So I just kept tweaking it, and yeah, I think it came out rather well. Rather good? Good or well? Oh, tell me. Did it come out good, or did it come out well? So over here I have a bit of my farm. Those are all my sheep. I needed a bunch of green grass or green carpet to spawn-proof the iron golem area. I never did anything with the pigs. You know, the spawn shack, it was meant to be a place for not just me, but for other players. When you get spawned into the world, you're not just in a lonely place. You're here in spawn chunks where everything stays loaded. So there's always going to be food here. There's always going to be supplies. If you need anything done, you can come here and do a bulk kind of work session. So you pop in over here, you do all your work, you get everything done, and you pop right back out. Now, this was just for me. It turned out to be just for me. So, yeah, it was more than sufficient. This was where we first spawned into the world. Right here, because every time I spawned into the world, or was it over here? No, this was, I'm pretty sure it was here. I always punch a ring out around me. So that way I'm left standing on the block. That is my initial starting place. It's more just for, you know, remembering where I started and like nostalgia kind of sake. And this is my village breeder, right? My villagers for the trades over there, the trading shack. Can't see it because there's a bunch of trees in the way. But this is kind of manual. You run down here, you grab some carrots, you come up here, you climb up the ladder, you chuck some carrots down, they throw them to themselves, they make a baby. The baby eventually comes down here. Sometimes it takes a little bit of damage. And when I push the cart and it zooms back and forth, it will pick up the baby eventually. Now, sometimes I have come in here and the baby was still wandering around. But, you know, just give it some time and it'll come over here and jump on the bed and eventually get picked up by this thing. Whoa. Oh, it's in my inventory already. And then, when the baby was in there, I would open up these doors, or actually break this door, because it should be facing that way. Anyway, I'd open up these doors, break that block. The block is only there to keep the minecart bouncing back and forth. And the minecart would shoot underground with the baby in it. And then I'd close these trapdoors, I'd replace this block, and I would head over to my trading shack, which is where I was keeping all of my villagers for my trading. So if anyone else needed to come over here for a trade, you know, because they died and they lost their spawn or whatever, they come over here and they could get whatever trade they needed. So this is where the minecart would show up. It would be like right here on these unpowered rails. I would hit the button to power the rails and push the cart. And the cart would zoom up the hill, up the stairs, up here. And it would eventually find a hole. And it would fall down. And it would drop the villager and the minecart right into that spot. I'd put a workstation down and see what trades he got it. What trades he gave me. And if I liked them, I would keep them. And here I didn't really get all these villagers up to a full, diamond level, but some of them were. And as you can see by the prices here, the prices are all reduced down to very low and ridiculous numbers. That's because we have the zombie back here. And we call him the manager. Because when we need some assistance and we want a lower price, we call for the manager. And what we do is we can go downstairs, drop one of these down. Oh, you can hear him. He got, why is he getting attacked? He shouldn't be getting attacked. Interesting. Anyway, we would drop down the villager to the zombie level. He would get attacked and killed and turn into a zombie trader, zombie villager guy. And I'd come over here and I'd throw a splash potion of weakness at him. I'd feed him a golden apple. And I would be getting some ridiculously low trades. That's 1 book for 1 emerald. Look, mending for 14. What does this guy have? Is this another mending guy? Yeah, mending like for 8. Mending for 8. Yeah, this is seriously powerful. My next world, I'm definitely gonna work more on a villager trader earlier. Well, let me sleep in the bed right quick. And right across the street from our villager breeder, we have our iron farm. It does not need to be this big. This thing is just amazing. It's that big. It needs a platform, a ring of stone around, or a ring of blocks around it, and a pit. To where it doesn't have to be this deep either. It just has to go down to collect the iron golems, and then you could kill them. But I automated the process by doing this little kind of thing. Oops. So around here, I can flip all these switches. And this, oh, excuse me. This flips up these little blocks, the trapdoors, so the villagers don't see the zombie anymore. And they're not stressed out, and they don't make any iron golems spawn. When I flip those switches down and the trapdoors fall, the villagers can see the zombie, and then they get all stressed out, and they call for an iron golem. Let's just get rid of this guy. Okay, see you at the bottom, buddy. And here's our buddy, getting slightly cooked. And then he drops all of his gubbins, his loot, his good stuff, and it gets collected here. And look at this. This is only a tiny fraction. I mean, this thing was all full up. It was backed up. I had iron in these hoppers here. This thing here, I mean, there was all full of iron blocks. So much iron this thing has given me. And it's kind of ridiculous how good it was. I was really surprised. So one thing I did was I kind of found a little area over here, and like while I was digging this out, and I thought, yeah, it might be kind of cool to do something up here. But then I realized it was a whole lot of work, and I decided not to. I just wanted to make it more like a scenic element rather than a functional one. Just like this little waterfall up here, or lava fall. I found a little lava pool up there. Even though I didn't need to do it, I made it look like it's like natural lava flowing down here and killing all the golems. So, yeah, some of it was functional and some of it was just pure, aesthetics. Let's close that trapdoor so no one else falls down there. Like I've never done. No, never. Good thing there's water at the bottom. Now we come over here to my ball shack. That's right. This was supposed to be kind of like a... there was a little hill of dirt here. And I was going to make this crystal ball kind of poking out of the top just a little bit. And then let it imply there was like a big underground crystal. But then I thought, why not make it look like it was actually excavated? And what it turns out to be is a dragon with its wings up on the sides that are actually holding this crystal ball. You kind of see the wings there. Yeah, I don't know. It was my first real attempt at a big sculpture. I think the dragon came out kind of neat. It was a little weird because of the scale of the stairs and of the head and the wings and all that. Kind of looks like a moose, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll call it the Moose Shack. Well, anyway, we have a nether portal in here. And behind the nether portal, if you keep running... Dun, 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 we have kind of this little pulpit area where people can gather around here and we can announce things, and then we can just hop down here and go right into the nether. Of course, it's only ever been me by myself, so no need to go preaching anything to anyone. But we have our gold safety boots there, and we have some spare things in here. So if we get into piglin trouble or hoglin trouble, we can just throw down a bit of a warp stem. Look, watch this. Let's see if... Oh, we can't throw it down here. It's got to be here on this stuff. But this is my nether hub. My nether, it's not really a hub. It's just my nether starting place. That ladder there goes up to the nether roof, where I ender pearled through and got onto the roof. Well, I guess they're not afraid if you're just carrying it, huh? Okay. Excuse me, trying to run here. Ah. Okay. I had enough. It's quite the knockback on these guys. Anyway, this is where I just started digging in, and I found a fortress. I actually wandered down there, and I came across this leg, and I was getting into the fortress from down there, and then I thought, why go down and come back up? I'll just tunnel in right here. So this became my kind of main entrance point for my nether fortress. And after exploring it a little bit, I didn't explore everything, but I explored it a bit, enough to make a path of where I wanted to go all the time. And it was most commonly out the back here. I have a blaze spawner in there, and there's actually another blaze spawner right over here. So there were two blaze spawners. I was going to make a double blaze farm, but I never really even got around to making the single blaze farm. It's just sort of there. That was going to be the next thing I worked on. And if we run out this way, this brings us out to this little area, the one I just worked on. It's a little squat, isn't it? It's kind of low. I guess if there was more space, I could have made it taller. But anyway, this is like my my outpost, or my keep, or my gatehouse, I guess, for running out this way. And I started to make the pathway a little bit nicer, a little bit easier to navigate. And I kind of ended it right about here. But the path does continue this far, and we get over here to our regular nether, our good old wastelands. Now down here, down this hole, yeah, down this hole, I went down and got a bunch of blackstone. I got a bunch of magma. Why did I get magma blocks? Oh, this is another place I went down to get magma blocks. Because magma blocks let us build this amazing gold farm up on the roof. Oh, excuse me. And that gold farm made both gold and XP. And it was glorious. It was. I mean, it is glorious. It really, wow. Like, it was pretty nerve-wracking to build it up there. You know, being up so high and the potential for falling off. And I actually did fall off once. And then I decided to put in some slime balls or slime blocks. And that saved me once. So yeah, that was my my last death. Oh, hello, Blaze. Anyway, we're done. There's no sense in being here anymore. This is all I've done in the Nether. I didn't really do that much exploring. I just started to make this little sort of like Nether mining area to go down and get more blackstone and more magma and just, you know, stuff in general. And then I was going to start to branch out this way or explore that way. Seems like a nice big area out there, but can't really see much through the smoke and everything of the Nether. And when we step out of the Nether, we find it is daytime or nighttime. Daytime or nighttime? Just about ending. Okay, well, we'll go up and check out my roof shack. This is the build that I put the Nether portal in to get up to the roof. Now, see, I have this too wide because normally I would ride Uno here, hop off. I'd hitch him up to that post right there. And then I'd run up the stairs where I could see this wonderful building right here. This is the first time I've used these colors, so it wasn't exactly an easy build. And I don't think it's necessarily a pretty building, but yeah, I think I like it. I mean, I like the texturizing. You know, this mixing up the blocks and just throwing in little bits here and there works wonders. I mean, it really does make, you know, the whole building just sort of have a little bit more character. And then I have this big, long, winding staircase up here. Is there anything in here? No. This is where I was going to put all my gold loot and stuff like there's in my my ball shack. But I ended up not needing it because, yeah, this goes up to the roof and it's pretty safe up there. Got a little ice farm, little impromptu ice farm up there. Got a nice view of our world. Come over here, see our spawn shack. And then if we come through here, through this portal, we get up to the Nether roof because this portal's up higher. It links up with this. Now, this is where I would just keep all my bits and pieces, and I have stuff to build with if I want. And my trusty steed, Rufus, because this is the roof horse. Yes, get it, roof horse, Rufus. I used to run back and forth, my little Minecraft legs, and it would take like 2 pieces of food at a full sprint and quite a bit longer than Rufus can run here. But I would get over to, oh, what's that portal? I forgot what that's for. Maybe we'll go check that out. Oh, that goes to the mining area, the mesa? I can't remember. Anyway, if we make this long journey over here, because we have to get to the right biome, this is my gold farm. There, coming into render distance. Look at that. Look at that. That's just, it's kooky. It's just absolutely, wow. This is the first gold farm I built, and it will not be my last. This thing just rocks. You can't even see it. It's so far away. But this thing, I used to have all the pigmen fall down here, and this is where I would collect everything. But it turns out, oh, this is my safety block because I've fallen off there a few times. But all the pieces down there, this is where they used to fall. And yeah, it worked out okay. But some of the bits and pieces kind of overflowed and splashed out, and I got lost. You know, they despawn. So I have a little platform up here that I've been collecting everything at and standing there and making everything into you know, the most compact available blocks. Like all the nuggets will go into gold ingots. As you can hear, they're already dying. Oh, they're not dying, they're taking damage. So this is a one-hit kill. So I do this with some looting, and I get all of the drops. Wow, that's kind of noisy. But I get all the stuff. And then I would drop it all in here. And then when I got enough of this stuff, I would put this stuff in here. Let's just do this. And, oh, yeah, first go to ingots, and then go to, blocks. Yeah, words. Thank you. So one stack of ingots makes 7 gold ingots. And as you can see, you know, we need 9 to make a block. So every stack of nuggets plus 8, right? Plus a few, I don't know, don't do math on camera, would give me gold blocks and XP. And yeah, so this is where I would take my my mending pick, or my mending tools, and I could just sit here and whack them all. Let's see, what is this at? It's at 639 durability. Let's do this. Put that there. And then go back to my sword. And then as we see, the pick gets just about fully repaired. What is it? 639 up to 1254. Look at that, doubled in just a couple of seconds. Brilliant. Now if I need to get up to the farm, I can go up that ladder there, and that's really the only way up there. I'm not going to go up there. If you want to see how I built it, you can check out my other video. There's a couple of things on how to build that. And this is my quick way down. Wow, that's a big jump. That's a big bounce. And yeah, that is my gold farm. I mean, spectacular, right? Wow, that was a lot of work to build, but so worth it. So coming back from the roof, we have this area. I'm just going to drop that off there. I don't need that on my inventory for right now, and this could come in handy later. And I just realized I still have my gold boots here. So first stop, back to the ball shack to get my diamond boots. Okay, boots on, gold boots replaced. On with the tour. And here we have it. Shack, sweet shack. That's right. This is my little starter home area, and it was kind of meant to be just accessible by this bridge only. So even if you did get up to the island, you can't hop over anything, you know, without breaking blocks or placing blocks to hop over. Have a nice little back door. It leads me out to the boathouse. It's a quick way to get all the way through the building. And upstairs, these are all my mob drops right by the front door, so I don't even need to run in the house. Or I can just reach it from out here, throw in all the mob drop bits, or if I need anything, that's where they are. I have my bed, trusty bed. You always need a bed in your house. So I could sleep here, right next to my bed. I have my emergency stuff. This is if I die and I'm like far away from home and I get respawned here. This is like my emergency kit. I even have some gold boots here in case I die in the nether and I need some gold armor to protect me from those piglins and hoglins and zoglins and woglins and giglins and jiglins and yeah, all those things. This is my valuable / rare chest. Got a bunch of name tags from mine carts, you know, when I first explored the world and did all the mining. These are all my riches. Not a ton, but I'm only one player. I don't need that many. Slime balls to make, you know, sticky pistons and emeralds because, yeah, emeralds used to be kind of rare for me. But now we have a farm and we can drop things down there and they go off to the trading shack and we can trade for tons and tons and tons of emeralds. So these emeralds, yeah, I don't even need them. Look, throw them on the ground. Go ahead to spawn. I'm waiting. No, I'm just kidding. I can't throw them out, you know. I mean, waste not, want not. Maybe someone will need them. Maybe I'll need them later at some point. This chest is where I keep all my wool and all the dye and all the things to make the dye. And, yeah. Oh, I did not mean to do that. How did I do that? What is that? Type R? Type E? How did I do that? I did something, guys. I did something and I don't know what. But I got cactus and I didn't mean to. Anyway. Moving right along. This is where all the colored glass was for all my builds. And down here, I just have sort of raw glass and terracotta. Why do I have terracotta in the glass? Because I can dye them. Sort of like the same. And just like concrete, I can dye the concrete whatever color I want. And yeah, look, this is the iron that I got from that farm. I made so much like iron stuff that I've used in the world around me. I mean, look, we got buckets, we got iron tools. There's iron everywhere. Now, you can't really see it, but it's there. Pretty sure there's a ton of iron in this world. And I still have this much. So yeah, that thing, that is an absolute monster. That's a beast. So glad I made it. This is my standard or general workstation area. I have my ender chest with more iron in it. I have my crafting table. I have a little valuable chest under there, which, you know, sticks. Yeah, sticks are valuable. This is all the kind of workstation and crafting stuff. This is all the wood stuff that has been crafted. And this is all the stone stuff that has been crafted. Moving down here, we have our redstone box. Tons of rails to move villagers around. We have dispensers and observers and pistons and sticky pistons. And we have all the stuff we got from the nether. That's the same thing. And we have this stuff down here. I don't know what I was going to do with this. Maybe build with it. It's really bright red though. So going downstairs here, this is actually where my base began. Yeah, I had this little door right here, and I would hop in And this was like I even forgot exactly the layout. But I had all my crafting stuff here. I had some chests laid down. And then it just sort of evolved into this like little boathouse. And my main entrance became that bridge. Over here I have my automatic smelter, which, yeah, if I could put the lever down for XP, so this would lock the hopper, so I would manually take these things out. And you see my levels here are 29. If I take them out, I get, wow, that was actually quite a lot of XP. Check that out. And if I flipped it up, everything that I smelt would go right into this hopper right there. Oh, excuse me, I didn't realize I was naked. How embarrassing. So when I built this, I kind of wanted a symmetrical staircase. I don't know why. I rarely use this, but I had this vision of a hallway up here with all these armor stands around it. And yeah, I put stairs here. And all the clucking, this is my chicken farm. I know it's not exactly a super automatic thing, but I kind of like the interactiveness of the chicken farm. We actually have to go in and collect the eggs and put them in the chest, and yeah. You know, the standard enchanting area. This is all my supplies and my nerf tools, so I could renew the enchants available to me. These are all the books that I got. These are more books that I got. And these are a few more of the books that I meant or am meaning to use sooner or later. This is where I brought all my enchanted gear from my fishing hut. I'd bring it over here and I'd throw it into the grindstone and get a little bit of XP, and I would end up getting all these regular tools that I could combine together to make a good brand new tool, or I could just use it for decorations. This way we have my little pond area in the back. Just this was naturally here. I decided to go with it. Just make a little pathway around this side to peek out the building over here. This is just a little AFK hidey hole. And I can run out this way, or let's close that so no creepers get in here. Or I can run out this way and head out to the farm. And this farm is all I need. Personally, just these 4 plots gives me so much. I mean, yeah, look, I've got everything. And this is after I've sent all the stuff over to the trading shack so I could trade with the villagers. See, what I'd do is I'd chuck all the crops down there, and that water stream, see, it's flowing that way. It carries all the items to the spawn shack, or the trading shack, and it's over there, to the trading shack, and it gets collected into a giant double chest, or several double chests, and then I just grab all that stuff and go and trade with the villagers. Have my little composter here. This is just what I made from chucking in all the seeds and all the unwanted stuff and random bits and bobs and compostable material. That's a decent amount. I was going to do some building with bone blocks, and I still am, just not in this world. Yeah. Excuse me while I sleep. Now, going down this way, we have a little view into our chicken coop here, little indoor-outdoor chicken coop. And down this way, this was like a naturally occurring cave that went down here, and then it sort of popped back up this side. And I decided to dig it out a little bit and make it where all my farms were, or where some farms were. We have melon and pumpkin farm here, automatically collected. And look at this, guys. Oh my word. Melons and pumpkins for days and days. And it just automatically in spawn chunks. So as long as this thing is on, it's collecting. And I even disabled a bunch of these pistons because I was getting so many drops. Yeah, it's crazy. So this, I was gonna do a little decorating here to try to make my cactus farm, you know, look different, interesting, neat, nice. Make it look like something rather than just a big blue box of cactus. Well, turns out didn't really need to. Yeah, I got some cactus. Yeah, I got some more cactus. Yeah, there's cactus here. So if you need cactus, this is where you come, right here. Got tons of it for green dye or for, you know, making giant cactus walls. I don't know. My sugarcane farm, yeah, it's not super productive, but I don't need a ton of sugarcane. If any sugarcane does get kind of trapped, I can always come back here, punch out the glass, do any maintenance. Yeah. And this is, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's definitely like the prettiest. Like it's very foliagey, right? Like, yeah, I think it's decorated kind of nice. As you can see, this was just regular farmland, little crop farm. I think I had my pumpkin farm or melon farm on this side and the other farm over there. But it turned out to be a great place to keep bees. And yeah, like you can get tons of honey. How much honey do you get from this? Manual kind of thing. Well, it's not 100% manual. See, I have glass bottles in here, and I do that, and I get a honey bottle here. And I think, yes, you can drink honey. Cool, huh? Well, this is all the honeycomb I got. The honey blocks, the honey bottles. Okay, yeah, so it's not a ton. This is where I was storing pumpkin and melons. But, you know, it's a work in progress, okay? These are shears. No, where are the shears? In here. You have these shears, and when you do that, you see that? Right there. Yeah, it spits out the honeycomb. So I go in here, pick up the honeycomb, come out here, put the honeycomb there. So that's my honey farm. So coming back upstairs and then going back downstairs, I realized I didn't show this area. This is my instant wheat farm or carrot farm or anything farm, I guess. You just turn this thing on, or you fill this up with bone meal. You turn this on and you plant seeds, and this makes them grow up, and then they spit out, and you get instant crops. So if the farm isn't growing what you need, and you need it now, like you need it quick, then you come over here and just pop, 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 and you get all the stuff. Yeah, it makes a worse sound. Listen to this. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, that's a lot of noise, but it gives you a lot of crops. Yeah, that's great. My attempt at a yellow rug. I kind of like the yellow carpet. It's got a nice kind of texture to it. I do wish it was a different color though. Yellow, yeah. This is my little basalt farm. So I have there's a lava source back there. There's a blue ice block up here, and you do that, and when the lava hits the ice, with the soul sand underneath it, you get basalt. You get, I don't know, it's all right. You know, it is what it is. When you need basalt, that's where you go to get it, instead of going up to the nether and mining it normally and getting tons more way quicker. But if you need, like, you know, you can just stand here and mine it and you get it, and yeah. If you need some nether wart, this is where you come, you plant it all up here, and same thing, you break it all and you plant it again. Okay, yeah. Did I mention some of these farms are kind of agony? Yeah. But some are ecstasy. Oh, this thing was kind of hard to make. Again, one of my first redstone builds, and I kind of tweaked a design I found online and came up with this monstrosity. It doesn't really do anything complicated, but it does effectively kill all the cows. And we get a lot of drops. How many? I think I get about half a stack of steak and maybe like a quarter stack of leather, or an eighth of a stack. I don't know. Still get a lot of stuff. And steak is yummy. Steak is good food. Come here, you press this, they all pop up. You grab a bunch of wheat. You take the wheat and you feed the cows. And when you feed the cows, they breed. And there's little baby cows. And the little baby cows, they fall down there. And then they grow up and they become big cows. And then the big cows get cooked by lava. But the babies don't. See? Babies are okay. It's just the adults. Those guys are safe. Yep. Permanent bathing cows. We don't have bathing caps. We have bathing cows. Cleanest cows in Minecraft, folks. Cleanest cows in Minecraft. Oh. And here is the world that I've explored so far. Down here is the my mesa area. Like right about there, I think, is where or maybe down there. I don't know. Somewhere over here is where I mined all the terracotta. And I had to find that. That thing, I mean, look, I'm up there. We're up there right now. Wait, up there? No, where are we? Oh, we're here, Shacktown, Spawn Shack. We're right here. And I had to go all the way down. It's like 1, 2, 3 maps down and one whole map over. This map is zoomed all the way out. I mean, that's zoomed all the way out. And yeah. It's a lot of walking. Wait, is it zoomed all the way out? Or is it zoomed most of the way out? 3 out of 4. It zoomed most of the way out because I wanted to maintain some of the detail. But yeah, so like, I searched all around here, and then I searched up here, and then I went down here, and there's the mesa. Yeah. Took a while. Totally worth it. Oh, the memories. So much exploring. So much death. So many items lost. So much loot gained. Oh, speaking of loot, this is my storage area. Yeah, this is where I store everything. That's why I call it my storage area. Now, it's not huge. Yeah, I don't have a ton of stuff. You know, I've only been playing in this world for, I don't know how long. But I got all the stuff I need. And so far I've got all the stuff I need. I haven't needed much more. These are all my leaves. And I was going to expand down here, but alas, the time has run out. So we will say goodbye to our mushroom farm. Goodbye, mushroom farm. We will visit you some other day, I'm sure. Goodbye, storage room. We will visit you another day. Oh, and our map, or our mines. Let's go down to the bottom of the world. This is where I got all my diamonds and all my stuff and things. And yeah, this is another very enjoyable activity. It's just coming down here and mining. One stone pick in distance from here to there, however far that is. And then one stone pick distance from here to there. And then press the right keys. And then move over a couple blocks. And do it all over again. Oh, all the things we found down here. All the adventure, all the caves, all the mobs, all the death and loss and everything. Yeah. Yeah, this is just a standard mine. I put in stairs, made it too wide. I did want to start to decorate it, but you know, other builds took over precedence, priority. So I ended up working on those builds instead, and those builds, and cows and pigs and my little pink cows. Oh, I'm gonna miss my little pink cows. Maybe there'll be some in the new world. Well, everyone, I want to thank you all for watching the series and taking a stroll down memory lane and taking a little tour of my world. Yeah, it was kind of fun to build it. Well, not kind of fun. It was super fun to build all this stuff. It was a little bit of work, though. It was some hard work. You know, doing all this work by myself, doing all the mining and getting all the ideas. Yeah. If you guys have ever played a survival single-player world, you will know what I'm talking about. Thanks, guys. I'm Rockdoor44, and I appreciate you. Okay, so this may be considered the credits to my episode or to my series, but I just wanted to take a quick look and check out some of my stats. I don't claim to have any amazing stats. As you can see, lots of zeros, lots of low numbers, but it's okay. This is my first series, and this is how I did. I did a lot of walking, did almost as much running, rode a horse a lot, boated around a lot, and I only had Ender Chest for a little while, but I guess I ended up opening up that one or those three quite a bit. Yeah, it looks like I'm a little bit of a jumper. Number of deaths, that's not right. I had at least 6. 6 I can like vividly remember and have nightmares about. 1.78 days. That seems kind of low also. This is the general stat tab. Items. Let's see what we got. A lot of zeros. Although, you know, a fair amount of, you know, other stuff. Let's say about half of the blocks. Come down here, only 17 beds. I don't think some of these stats are right. I think early on in the season when my server crashed and I lost some progress. Yeah, I think it lost some progress. Still no. You know, still though, like 4,000 uses for the shears. 1,000 blocks here and there. 2,000 stone. 5,000 wax of an axe. I think I did pretty good, you know, for a relatively short series. It was what, 30 episodes? And probably another 30 off-camera sessions. I mean, I started this 7 or 8 months ago. Yeah. 68 blaze. Yeah, I killed way more than 3 chickens. I killed way more than 9 cows. So these stats aren't accurate, but they are what they are. So I just wanted to get a recording of this. As I said, this is kind of like the credits, the closing credits, the end credits to my season. Yeah. Done. Disconnect. Hipcraft server is going offline. Until next time, guys.